The time is 4:30 on WKYT this morning. We have the latest on the manhunt for the remaining attacker in Friday's terrorist attacks in France.
Many state governors across the country say they're refusing to take refugees. We'll hear where leaders in Kentucky stand.
And we continue to follow the investigation into a 7-year-old's murder in western Kentucky.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, and we welcome you aboard WKYT This Morning. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Let's get a look at what's happening with the weather with Micah.
We have a little rain outside this morning. It's not much, but it is there, especially across the western zones. As you see kind of this strand of rain sliding on through. Once this passes, you can see to the south of it, there's nothing actually back behind that. So we'll have a morning chance of rain, then this clears on out. But we're getting a few of those showers across Lebanon, Springfield, Willisburg, also Mackville, about to roll into Danville, coming out of Perryville and Junction City. Harrodsburg, you're next in line along with Stanford and Lancaster. Temperatures are in the 50s for the most part. We finish off there in the 60s this afternoon. It's actually a pretty mild day. Once that morning rain chance moves on out, guys, it looks pretty good today. That's afternoon, but then we hit tomorrow, and here comes that big rain shot. I'll have that in your forecast in just a few minutes.
Okay, a couple of things to keep our eyes on. We thank you. WKYT tracking a breaking news story out of Rockcastle County this morning. That's where state police dispatchers are telling us that a KSP trooper has had to be flown to UK hospital overnight after being hurt in a crash.
Right now, we do not have too many details at this point, but we are told that the crash happened around 2 this morning on Highway 150 near Broadhead. Dispatchers say he hit a horse. The trooper's injuries aren't considered life-threatening. We'll, of course, have more on this story as it comes into us. Secretary of State John Kerry meets with French President Francois Hollande today following Friday's terror attacks in Paris.
Kerry's visit comes amid an ongoing international manhunt for suspects connected to the violence that killed more than 120 people. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti has the latest from Paris.
With the U.S. Embassy in Paris lit up in the colors of the French flag, Secretary of State John Kerry pledged to stand by France and honor the lives of dozens of victims killed in last week's terror attacks.
We don't have the power to bring them back. So we must do instead what is within our power. And that begins with a sense of fierce solidarity among good and decent people everywhere.
Kerry's visit comes as France intensified attacks against ISIS militants responsible for the carnage. Overnight, the French military reportedly dropped more than a dozen bombs on the group in Syria, destroying a command and training center in the city of Raqqa. France has urged the U.S. to join an international coalition along with Russia against ISIS, despite Russia's loyalty to Syrian President Bashar al-Assad.
I just believe that it would be exceptionally difficult to convince the Russians to abandon Assad, and I think it would be even harder to convince the Assad government and the moderate opposition to come together.
Authorities across Europe have conducted more than 150 raids as they search for suspects connected to the terror attack. Among them, 26-year-old Salah Abdeslam, who allegedly drove attackers to the Bataclan concert hall. The alleged mastermind behind the operation, Abdelhamid Aboud, is believed to be in Syria. Jonathan Vigliotti, CBS News, Paris.
And French President Francois Hollande is expected to put forward legislation today to extend the state of emergency in the country that would give law enforcement and the military greater search and arrest powers.
Following the Paris attacks, more than a dozen governors say their states will not accept any Syrian refugees brought into the United States. As for Kentucky, Governor Steve Beshear says as long as he's governor, the state will look at refugees on a case-by-case basis. But in a statement, Governor-elect Matt Bevin said he opposes resettling Syrian refugees in Kentucky until any possible risk to Kentuckians can be determined. Kentucky Refugee Ministries resettled 3 Syrian families in central Kentucky this year. They went through a 2-year vetting process.
There are layers upon layers upon layers of checks before people actually arrive.
Kentucky Senator Rand Paul has introduced legislation that would suspend visas from being issued for countries with a high risk of terrorism. You can check for updates on this story, the Paris attacks, and all of the related ones on our website, WKYT.com.
Now coming up on 4:35 on WKYT, and this morning Kentucky State Police are still trying to figure out who is responsible for killing a 7-year-old Kentucky girl. Police say the medical examiner has determined that Gabby Doolin was murdered. Police found her body on Saturday night in a wooded area near Scottsville High School in Allen County. Gabby had been watching a football game at the school earlier that night when her family says she disappeared. Her mother and brother talked about the heartbreaking loss.
I never thought anything like this would happen to my baby. Never in a million years. I thought she was safe because every time we had been there, she knew I told her where she could go and where she couldn't go.
I'm gonna miss her. She was always so happy about everything. No matter what was going on, she was always happy.
Police have not said if they have any suspects in the case at this point, but a very, very saddened family.
Yeah, it just breaks your heart.
Yeah, that's tough to watch. 4:36 our time right now. It was originally planned to be a small spaghetti dinner to help the family of fallen Richmond police officer, but now it's different.
Yeah, so many people wanted to help. It turned into a very large fundraiser at the Madison County Fairgrounds. Hundreds of people gathered last night to help Officer Daniel Ellis' family. Monique Blair has the story.
Richmond has suffered a great loss. So this is just an opportunity for all of us to come together as a family and just give that one last send-off to the Ellis family.
You know, we all knew Daniel. We all really liked him, and he's a really super guy, and this is just, it just hits home for a lot of us.
Madison County Circuit and District Court clerks work daily with law enforcement officers, which is why they wanted to host this fundraiser. But Officer Ellis's death also affected Chief Deputy Circuit Clerk Allie Combs Wicker, because her husband is also a police officer.
It really makes you stop and think, you know, this could have been me.
We got 4 coming in.
Okay.
$20 for food. The support didn't only come from the hundreds of people who showed up here to buy a plate of spaghetti. It also came through the way of donations for this silent auction. It's not only Officer Ellis's family who are feeling the support from the community, but his brothers in blue tell me they too feel appreciated.
The community in all of the county has shown a lot of support to the police, not just here in Richmond, but we've even seen it in Berea. And we just want to let everybody know how much we appreciate it.
In Madison County,
and the home of the brave.
Monique Blair, WKYT.
And organizers tell us the event raised more than $11,000 for the Ellis family.
The Kentucky community is continuing to show its support for the family of fallen Jessamine County paramedic John Mackey. Mackey died less than 2 weeks ago, days after he was hit by a car. Since then, many central Kentucky businesses have stepped up to help his family.
We're donating 15% of sales to the Mackey family, and this is just the smallest thing that we could do. We wanted to help them out in any other way we can as well.
It's not about the money. It's not about the volume of money or the quantity of money or anything. It's about caring and trying to be a better place to live.
Raising Cane's representatives say you can continue to donate to the Mackey family. Donations of cash by credit card will continue to be accepted until November 22nd. There's also a GoFundMe account that is set up to help the Mackey family, which has now raised more than $13,000. The time this morning is coming up on 4:39. WKYT this morning is just getting started, and we're glad you're up and at it with us this morning.
Believe it or not, roasted turkey, sweet potatoes, even pumpkin pie can be a part of a nutritious Thanksgiving meal. That's good news, because I'm sure we can all agree that those things are pretty good. Moms Everyday will show us how to lighten up the great feast without compromising taste.
And we have some showers outside this morning. As that moves on out, it actually is a really nice looking day toward the afternoon. But then tomorrow, everyone will see rain. I'll have that forecast coming up.